So as the last of our series on mulch, we're going to talk about straw and also black plastic tarp, silage tarp. So here we have a straw bale, and you can find these at Buckerfields. You can find them from private farms who sell it. Straw versus hay. Of course, hay is the green grassy growth that you give for feed for animals. Also typically is going to come with lots of seeds. The straw is the remnants of so many of our grain crops, bundled up together, kept dry like this, and so this is primarily used as bedding. But in the purposes of using it as a mulch, it has excellent qualities to, again, suppress weeds, maintain moisture. It acts as a good insulator. This is why I like to use straw, especially in the fall. The only thing that it doesn't really do is add a lot of nutrients to the soil. So it's great as that top layer, and it's really good for what it does. And it's also good even still as an amendment to break down and help break down clay soils. Anytime you can get any other kind of material, whether it's compost, straw, food scraps, manures, things like that, to help break up clay soil, then that's a good thing. So, I mean, it's great if you can get organic, but it's really hard to find organic so that it's not necessarily sprayed with any of the herbicides that you may not want in your garden. So that's kind of a choice that you have to make. Now here we're going to be using it in our permaculture display garden as part of our pathways. We have a paper mulch, and there's yet another mulch. This was a cardboard paper that comes on a roll, and this then just topped with a little bit of wood chips in order to keep the paper down, and then topped with straw. This is going to create nice grass-free pathways that we can have less work. In the fall, I like to use straw on top, like a big heavy blanket on top of my root crops that I'm going to keep in the soil, whether it's carrots, parsnips, or potatoes, even beets. It will help keep them frost-free. It really insulates things. And the other thing that this is also really helpful for is strawberry patches. And Elmarie just told me today, they're called strawberries. Wonder why? So straw is going to keep those strawberries up off the ground so that they don't come in contact with the wet soil and rot. The last thing that we'll talk about here is the black plastic tarp. You know, some people won't want plastic in the garden. Yes, we want to get away from plastic. But this is used plastic. So this is repurposing silage tarp. So silage, which is the feed for cattle and livestock. This wrapped up and covered the silage, and now it's being repurposed in the garden. The benefit of this, as a silage tarp, it comes in this huge piece, which is really convenient for a large garden space. It's excellent for helping to kill off the grass and weeds that are in an existing area of soil. And what does it do? If you let it sit for an entire season, and then by the time you come in and you go to break up and work up the soil, it is so softened. The plant material has broken down. The earthworms have been loving life underneath this warm tarp. There are little critters crawling in and out of here. You can see some holes from moles and things like that. But it does an excellent job at breaking down the plant material and helping to make your life a lot easier when you go and turn this area into a garden. Suppresses weed, maintains moisture. The other really nice thing, especially if you do put the black facing up, is it helps warm the soil a lot sooner than it would be otherwise. So it is very handy. You can talk to livestock operations, dairy farms. You just have to try and reach out and get to know people. So this is going to be our permaculture display area. We've got wood chips, we've got straw, we've got black plastic tarp, we've got grass clippings and leaves, we got every kind of mulch that you can imagine up here at the Shuswap Community Teaching Garden. There's lambs. We have really amazing people who come up here and help that we truly appreciate. And we hope that we'll come and get to meet you too. So as always, you can reach out and learn more projects at shuswapfood.ca. The community garden information is under our website, shuswapfood.ca, Facebook page, Instagram. We're there. You can learn and come up and give us a hand anytime that you would like. Happy gardening.